when you talk about that transition moment and putting those people in place, KPIs are something that it's definitely one of my Achilles heels where every month I'm like, I'm going to start tracking these. I'm going to track and I make the sheet and then I just don't. And so talk a little bit about like, what are some of those KPIs? So for somebody starting out that's going from maybe grind mode to business owner mode, what are some key KPIs as a real estate investor that you would look at and maybe some tips about how to efficiently track those?
Yeah, I think number one is don't overthink it. Okay. And that's the biggest thing. I think a lot of people get in trouble, especially nowadays with so many like CRM options and all this stuff, right? Everybody's like, oh, I got a new CRM. I got this, or I got this. I mean, even if you just do it through a Google Sheet, it doesn't really matter. Just get something going that you have some consistency on and don't overthink it. And I think what we have to realize is that everything comes down to typically no each department is pretty well, if you really drill down on it, is typically somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 2 to 3 main KPIs, within that one department. And what I mean by department, it's like marketing, acquisitions, transaction coordinating, even assistance. Okay. All these things. And everybody should have some type of KPIs. And then with that, what we realize is that everybody also has what we call a success formula. And the success formula really is those KPIs narrowed down to action steps. So you look at those KPIs, these actions they take create the KPIs. So with that, you look at, okay, if you do these certain actions, and there's only a few of them, you should get this result. And you in your department should focus on that and that only. For instance, like on the acquisition side, we used to have the acquisition team report all these different numbers, right? Boom, 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 all these different crazy ones. And then what we realized really was it really come down to, if we nailed down their success formula, was if they made so many offers a day, that would turn into a contract. So really that became their success formula right there. Now, was there action steps to get to that point? Sure. Answering so many calls, doing so many follow-up sequences, things like that. But other than that, the core component of their success formula, we realized on our team was 1 out of every 3 offers they would make would turn into a contract. Okay. Now that's Nick after training, having a good sales process and all that in place. But that's the success formula that we learn on acquisitions. And then we started taking that to each department. And then as we done that, what was interesting was now they all had their success formula and they also understood what their key KPIs were that were produced from those actions. It actually made something that was very complicated. We took it down to be very simplistic, and everybody just had 2 or 3 KPIs they reported on. And the key was doing it daily.